Hello and welcome to the penultimate R2-D2 episode. Issues 98 and 99 is what we're going to look at this time. And there is a lot to be done. Wiring, camera work, just lots to do. We are completing the R2-D2 model after all. So the first thing we're going to do is get the dome out. As you can see here, the dome is all ready and waiting. And what we need to do is attach this super tiny camera to the lens just in there of R2-D2 so we can record stuff and facial recognition and stuff like that. So the first thing we need to do is get the camera. I've left the protective peel on for the moment, and I'll take that off just at the last moment, I think. So we just need to peel away the protective cover for the sticky part here like that. So it's got some sticky tape there. You see there's a hole just there, you can see it there. You feed the ribbon through that hole very gently, very carefully, and then line it up with the screw holes and push it down so that the camera sticks into position there, ready. Oh, it's not the stickiest thing in the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a screw ready like that, and this is one of the smaller screws. Place it in line with the screw holes, come on, like that, and then start to screw it in. Oh, come on, don't fail me now. There we go. Sorry, a bit silent there because of concentration. So that is one of the screws all in. You can see the camera there like that. And then you get another one of these screws. And just push it in there like that. Good. Phew. That is the camera all installed there. Nice little camera. Now, the next thing we do is we need to get back the eye part that we got ages ago. As you can see, I don't have a lens in it, and I have taken the lens out. Let me just zoom out a bit. I've taken the lens out because this is the lens that I took out, and this is the replacement lens. Now, what you can see is that this lens is more see-through, not as black as this one. I think that this one is too dark for the camera to work properly, so that's why they're giving us the replacement one. The problem is it is very see-through, so you will be able to see the little bit of the camera through R2-D2. Now, if you're not going to use a lot of the camera functions, I recommend just keeping this darker one in because I think it will look better. But I think I will be using the facial recognition, at least for now. So I'm going to attach the replacement lens now. So what you need to do is just peel off the protective film. I say just like that, and that is just see-through. There's no black tinge into that at all. Then what you need to do is you need to place it. Oh, this is fiddly to do. I will do this off camera, but you need to put the lens in there and then seal it with the bracket. I'm just going to do that now. And when that's all done, you'll see that the lens is super see-through. Yeah, maybe you won't see the camera as much as I thought, but yeah, that is the lens all done. Now, the next thing we have to do is that we are given, oh, there you go, you can really see the camera there now. We are given these two protective foam parts to help with the lens, putting the lens in place. So once again, we just peel off the backing and put one of them just in there like that. And I really like the fact that they're foam and padded and protected. And then we get the second one, just peel this off, and it needs to go inside the dome a bit so that it is protected all the way down. You can't really see that, but if we push it and tuck it behind the metal part of the dome, then all of this bottom layer is protected. Let's just zoom out just a little bit. Now what you need to do is take off the protective film of the camera. There we go. And then put the lens in place. There's a hook there and a hook there. You push it in to the two hooks. So there's one just up in there, and the other one is in there, so it's loosely in place, and then you pull it to lock it in place into the side. And actually I wasn't too oh, you can actually see the camera a little bit through the lens, but it is actually a lot darker than I thought it would be. So that is R2-D2's eye all installed, finally. Crikey, look, that's the dome look all completed. Look at that. That is brilliant. So putting aside the dome for the moment and bringing back the interior of the main body of R2-D2, we are going to do the first of a few replacement things. So the top, this is the top because we've got the motor here. The top one of these chest speakers needs to be undone, and this part needs to go on around it. I'm not entirely sure why. What's this thing called? It's actually called an ultrasound sensor cover. An ultrasound sensor cover. There you go. It just looks like a bit of plastic to me. But yeah, we just need to unscrew it here and attach that. So I'm just going to go and do that now. And there we go. That is it all attached. It will look like that. Just a bit of added protection onto this wire for some reason. And then what you need to do is attach the clips onto these wires. I've actually gone ahead and done them, and here are the magazine covers so that you can attach them as well. One of mine broke, but luckily it is this top one, so I know that the one with the clip is the one at the bottom and the one without the clip is the one at the top. That's a little frustrating. Oh, actually that one's gone as well, the switchboard one, but that's nice. Shiny colourful thing, so I'll know that that's the switchboard one as well. And when all the clips are on, it is time to attach just this front part to the main body of R2-D2 and plugging all of the wires. Now once again, I'm not going to do this on camera because I wouldn't be able to get a decent camera angle and it will be fiddly. And when that's all done, as you can see, it's just a big bucket of wires, but the front panel is all attached, which is pretty cool. You see the arm mechanisms there, and these are the shoulders, and it's facing forward that way. The part we're going to look at now is this part here. It's another one of these replacement parts, which is a little frustrating. You see that we attached this previously. It was a little, a little protective buffer. Turns out that this was just a placeholder part. We don't actually need that anymore. We will need the screw, so make sure that you do keep the screw, but this part we don't need anymore, so just cast that aside. The part that we're replacing it with is made up of 4 parts. We get this main one here, and then if we turn that over, we have these rubber parts that we just place on there like that, and on there like that. Make sure that they all line up. So we've got a straight edge here and a curved side there, and then we place this part over the top of it, again making sure that it all lines up. And then we just screw this part together like so. So look like this when it's all done. Then you get the side that says BF 100, and there's a little hole just there. We just put that back on there like that. Oh no, we put the screw back on, but I just dropped the screw. That's all right, I have another one. That one will fall out in due course. And then we just replace this part. Sorry, knocking the camera. Just push this in. There we go. Just screw that in there like that. Nice and tight. I'm going to have to move the camera just a second. Oh, it's all a big mess, this. But that is there. That is tight. There we go. So that's just replaced it, made it a little bit longer. And so the buffer, I guess, is wider because these are the buffer parts now. Before it was quite slim, but we've got these buffer parts that attach on there like that. So that is the second replacement part that we're doing, and I think that's the final one as well. So the next part of R2-D2 requires these 2 parts here, and if I just move this camera and zoom into this shoulder part here, you just place one of them on there, moving the camera, and just place the second one on there like that. They're very thin kind of washers really for the neck part of R2-D2 and the drive shaft. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut to a clip. This is far too serious now. So you get the neck part, just remember that's what it looks like. Got that part there, we've got the motor there. We just push, make sure the motor cable sticks out the back there. This is the back of R2-D2 now, where this part is. Let's zoom out a bit so you can see. And then we just, at some point we're going to have to secure these wires down so that that all fits on there and the wires don't push that up. So I'm just going to do some wire moving. For now that will have to do. So yeah, we're just pushing down the neck part on there like that, making sure that the washers are all lined up and that it can actually be pushed on. There we go. And then we just screw this neck part down to the shoulder parts of R2-D2. And when that's screwed on, it will look something like this. So it's nice and secure at the shoulders, and then the wire from the head motor goes in there somewhere. It is tucked away. Refer back to the pictures to find out where. Now we're moving on to the dome, going back to the dome I should say. Make sure first of all that the mic wire is in and amongst all of these wire clips like that. So it comes from there all the way around and it comes out around the space of this circuit board there. That is important for what is upcoming. The next thing we need to do is get this star piece here, and you may remember that these two pieces are the same, but this piece up here has this little part here. I guess this is the buffer that will stop the head turning full 180, and so that it makes sure that R2-D2 is always facing forward. This part here needs to be where the lightsaber tube is, and it's just placed in those pegs there. And then when you do that, all the other parts will fit into place as well. And you just need to go ahead and screw this bar down. Looks a bit like the flux capacitor, but screw that down to the dome, which I'm just going to do now. And there it is, all installed, looking great. Now, putting the dome aside for now, we just move on to the part we get in issue 99. And it is, oops, sorry, a bit zoomed in. It is this part here. If you take open this, you'll see a blue circuit board this time with a nice little aerial sticking out. Now, the magazine puts the fear of God inside you about getting this wrong. Make sure that you are earthed, that there's no static electricity. Don't do this in a carpeted area. These are all genuinely things that the magazine says because it could damage the circuit board. So I am terrified doing this. But what you need to do is you need to get one of these brackets that was supplied in issue 98, and we just need to screw it down onto this circuit board. I am screwing it down with a flanged screw. Make sure you use the flanged screw there into there like that. And then we get the second of the brackets, and we just attach it like this. I'm having trouble with this screw. Don't be problematic on this piece, please. Okay. Hopefully that will start to take soon. There we go. Okay, phew. Good, 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 good. Now this one will be at a slight angle, facing up. I think it's actually further up as well. And this one I'll tighten down as well. And you need to attach these parts onto the dome of R2-D2. And also, I'm going to do this here before I attach it to the dome. You see this part here, there is a little flap that you just need to take and flip up like that. And the ribbon of the camera goes into that part, and then you push it down to seal it. So I'm going to do all that off camera, and when that's all done, it will look like this. So you see you've got the ribbon going into this part here, and I forgot to say before that the mic needs to plug into this socket here on the blue circuit board. And with that in place, we are done for issue 99. And you know what that means? Next week, no, not next week, in a few days time, In 2 days' time, in fact. Christmas Day. What am I trying to say? Today is Christmas Eve Eve. Happy Christmas Eve Eve. Eve, if your name is Eve. And happy Christmas Eve to the rest of you if your name's not Eve. In 2 days' time, on Christmas Day, the final video is going to go up where we're going to see my R2-D2, hopefully, if everything works, in action, live and kicking, moving around, whistling. It's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to get this thing finished, and you only have 2 days to wait. I know quite a lot of you by now would have seen other R2-D2s moving about, so thank you very much for sticking with this particular journey and seeing my one. And I hope that I'll bring you something special on Tuesday. So I'm going to stop waffling, I'm going to finish up R2-D2, and I will see you on Tuesday for the final R2-D2 video. So until then, Merry Christmas, bye-bye. I just want to thank my patrons. Without you guys, this video would not have been possible and this channel would be dead, so thank you very much.